Hello and welcome back to the Ham Sandwich channel. We just had a very fun day at Southampton Regional, and luckily our boy, Mr. Joseph Conyers, has come eighth with or as we like to say, has topped with his Tearlaments Shaddoll deck. How did the day go? Any interesting matches or any particularly?
It went really well. I drew round one, lost round two, and then just won 5 matches back to back. A lot of Dragon Link, a lot of branded, but which is fine. Like, I'm happy that I didn't have to sit against the back row decks, really.
Wonderful. Well, let's get into it.
Okay, we'll start with the main deck. Plastic man. Okay, so starting with the tiers. I'm playing 2 Rhino Heart. I know some people are playing it at 3, but I'm playing Diviner and it's a bit too many summons, a bit too many normals. 3 Tier Cash, and then 1 each of the names. Pretty standard, maybe run 3 Rhino. It didn't really come up massively today. Shizu cards, 1 of each, mandatory. 3 King of the Swamp, also mandatory. I know some people are going on to the level 4 maybe for like XZ stuff, but in this build you really want to make Grand Guignol like as fast as possible, so you need King of the Swamp for it. 2 Diviner, it's like just makes Baron so easy and is one of the best normal summons in the deck, and you bring it back off of Crush Heap. And then for the Shaddoll monsters, Falco, Hollow, and Beast. A lot of people are cutting this boy because you can bring Diviner back as a level 2 off of the Crush Heap combo, but it makes it more consistent. You just need Poly or Shaddoll Fusion in hand, and then you can search and ditch Falco off of Apgalone. Whereas you have to like mill Diviner and then get the special for Crush Heap, and it's just a bit clunkier. Also, I had someone spin this back to deck in fear of his flip effect today, which was very amusing. You could replace this with Squamata if you're a coward, but play Falco, it's fun. For the spells, 3 Planet, surprises no one. I'm not running the cash package because I was shit scared of Droll today, and it worked because I got Drolled a couple of times and it didn't matter too much. So no Terraforming, just 3 Planet. Playing 2 Scream, 1 Grief. I think this is pretty standard now. You can maybe bump Scream up to 3 because it's really nice to see, but I'm pretty happy with this. And then Poly to search off the Mud Dragon, Foolish Burial, 1 FB Goods just because I needed the space, so I just cut it down to 1 last night. And then legitimately the best card in the deck, Shaddoll Fusion. Every game that I resolved this, I won. And then 3 Super Poly also came up absolutely huge today. I think, like, I only won 1 die roll, but I opened Super Poly most of my games, and it broke pretty much every turn 1 board that I went up against. And then 2 Book of Moon, just to clear up stuff like Pearly, and it just is nice as a 2-of. I didn't want to play any hand traps in the main. And then for the traps, we're playing 1 Meta Noise, 2 Sulic. I was just on 2 Sulic before, but Meta Noise has been huge, so I'm pretty happy with this lineup. No Crime, because I just thought it was a bit mid. And then 1 Trivakama and 1 Schism for the Shaddoll combo stuff.
Was there anything you changed from the main lineup?
Books didn't come up massively, but I only went against Pearly once. Like, books only came up as like I finished my end board and then I just had 1 book set. So it could be flexed into something else. I don't know what it would be. Maybe play the cash package, like 1 Pressure Planet and 1 Fenrir. And like fit a Terraforming in there maybe. But I don't know, I was pretty happy with the books. I think if I went against more Pearly, I'd have been happy with the books. We'll do...
Extra.
Okay. So... Flight of Heart Rukalos. 1 Grapha. Card is silly. Then Mud Dragon, Garura, and Dragospila as my Super Poly targets, and just like, good fusion targets for tier stuff. Guardian Chimera, which is, it makes people scared. They don't want you to search Poly going second because they're afraid to just get Chimera for their life. And then Grand Guignol to dump the App Cologne, and then you have Winder and Construct for the combo, and Shekanaga to send off Shaddoll Fusion, because you can send like a Guido and Beast or a Guido and Hollow and mill like, I think I milled 10 off of a Shaddoll Fusion, someone that resolve in one game, which was...
And to negate effects with Shiganaga, right?
Oh yeah, yeah, I was against Manadium and made Shek, and then I had Beast in hand just randomly, so he thought he could out something on my board, and I managed to Shek negate it, which was very funny. I don't think that has happened in a very long time. That's it for the fusions, and then we've got Crush Sheep for the combo, Redo, it's just like Centurion, and then Baron because you make it with the Shaddoll stuff. Also, like with Diviner, if it sends a Guido, then you can just make it with any level 4, which is very easy to do. And then onto the side deck. 2 Shaddoll Fusion and 1 Shaddoll Dragon. This is really good to just like randomly hit into back row decks, and you can just snipe a back row when I'm not really expecting it. This I've sided in so many times against the board that it's like, if it's not specifically Kashtira and they're leaving an extra, like for some reason people have forgotten that if you resolve Shaddoll Fusion you just kind of win. It's like left of the public consciousness, but yeah, no, every single game I resolve Shaddoll Fusion I won. The card is insane. 3 Gamma Seal, just kind of deal with problematic cards, Noir and Arise Heart. Sided it in a couple of times. It was only ever really used to make Kaleido Heart. I only kaiju'd a couple of things and it wasn't too impactful. Could maybe cut it down to 2 and put something else in there, but I don't know what you would run. 3 Droll. It's kind of a staple this format. I was maining this. Maybe I would go back to maining it over books. It's just good. I only saw it once and it was in my last game, but it was against Dragon Link, so it just won me. 3 Eclipse. Again, it's just like non-targeting mass removal. It's very useful. Again, Sight It didn't really see it, but if I did, I'm sure I'd have been very happy. And then 2 Cosmic and 1 Heartbeat for back row decks. I didn't actually play against many. I played Runic round 1, so I decided in the Heartbeat, but like, I mean, if I went against Lava, I would have definitely enjoyed these. So, but yeah, I think I'm pretty happy with the list. A couple of tweaks and stuff, but nothing major.
Great. Well, any shout-outs? Any thank yous?
Shout out to Ham Sandwiches. Represent. Shout out to Andrew Mead Briggs, the host, for hosting me and let me stay over so I don't have to drive it down from Manchester in one day. Am I borrowing anything off anyone at the moment?
No, you didn't borrow anything off me.
You got me the Heartbeat. Thank you very much.
Yeah, that nice comment. Very good.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah. Shout out to all the Slams, all the Manchester locals lot, all the Nottingham locals lot.
But apart from that, anything else you'd change? Any matchups you think is a bit more difficult? Or
I mean, Dragon Link was just grindy and crusty. But unless they just bestial you to death, you can usually out it in Engine by just like stunning them a lot. And Super Poly is just huge in that matchup. I got shafted by Purdy, but that's because I bricked twice. I just didn't have anything to do. But yeah, I think Dragon Link was probably the grindiest matchup today. But it went well.
Well, thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed. And we'll see you next time, Bugs at Tops.